Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 4 Part 3. So now we're going after Skull Man. Ooh, I really see Dr. Wily's influence in this Robot Master. You could smell it a mile away that Dr. Wily had a lot of influence in these Robot Masters. Skull Man, so you know Dr. Wily loves skulls. He also seems to love those gumball blaster things that are shooting gumballs at us, those bouncy plasma gumballs. They're not gumballs, can you see them moving around? I mean, they're jello balls or something that probably made of the same material substance that Yellow Devil is made after. Well, good thing we don't have to take care of Yellow or deal with Yellow Devil in this game. And then there's these things, these skeleton things that come. This is where a charge shot would actually come really in handy. See, it doesn't matter what kind of shot you give him, he always falls apart. But if you give a charge shot there, he gets killed in one hit. Charge shots really are a blessing against those kind of enemies. I think this is the first time too we've seen these enemies, those things with the shield in front of them that move left or right. We see them a lot in some of the later Mega Man games. I think they started in this one, I think. They can be destroyed easy if you turn around, shoot their weak spot, and, fire charge shot. And look at that, more bats. Yep, this level completely reeks of Dr. Wily's influence. This level is, Dr. Wily's influence can be seen halfway across the galaxy because of this. Because of how much influence there is of Dr. Wily. Look at that, Eddie's not going to give us anything useful this time around. Come on, Eddie, do you have anything useful for us? Nah, I don't think Eddie's going to give us anything useful this time around. Eddie probably exhausted himself by giving us an E-Tank in that other level and a 1-up in that other level. Eddie's probably like, this is all I've got. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Yeah, no, he's just giving us this useless stuff. We didn't even use up any energy things, or any weapons or anything that use energy. I mean, we don't have any. Well, we're full health, so yeah, it's kind of useless. Eddie's kind of pointless in this part of the level. But there's this never, like as I said, that most levels in this game have like different paths. You can take this level as 2 paths, and we're taking one of them right now. Look at that. That thing is these enemies are more generous than Eddie right now, because that enemy gave us a 1-up. A lot of enemies give you 1-ups. Look at that. There's an E-Tank there. This is far more generous than Eddie. If only I could play levels again after completing them, I'd come back here and I could grind and easily get a large collection of lives and E-Tanks, but now you can't do that in this game. You can't play levels in this game again after you complete them. I think Mega Man 6 allows you to do that, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Mega Man 6 allows you to play levels again. Or maybe some levels, I don't remember if it's every level, but no, some Mega Man 6 does to some extent let you play some levels in game, because there actually is stuff you could find in Mega Man 6. It's not just simply go through each level and beat the level. There actually is some additional stuff to find, as there is in this game too, as there was in the original Mega Man, but they kind of forgot about that in Mega Man 2 and 3. For some people, they say that would be good, because some people always know about, because a lot of people didn't know about the Magnet Beam in Mega Man 1. It did throw off a lot of gamers. I remember reading about that, but I don't know. You see, I grew up in the spoiled generation, or I could just find out any guide on any game ever, just on YouTube. I could go on YouTube and look up guides on games. That's how I learned how to play Mega Man games. I've been actually playing these Mega Man games for years. I remember back in 2010, 2011, when I would start playing for these Mega Man games, I learned a lot about what to do in these games. Because I would go on YouTube and I would look up guides on YouTube and watch videos, and that's how I learned the order. I never really struggled much of figuring out what order to do the bosses in, or what weaknesses to use, or what weapons to use on different bosses. I kind of had everything handed to me on a silver platter. I bet people from older generations who played these games that actually came out, they had to subscribe to Nintendo Power Magazine to learn how to do everything. I bet they're, rolling in their graves and not even dead yet over the stuff that I've done. They're probably jealous of me. They're probably thinking, Ray Phoenix never experienced true, what it's like to actually learn how to play a game. So you're Skull Man, he's weak against Dust Man's weapon, and the logic here is that he's a skull. What do you do with a skull? You brush dust off the skull. You don't want to add dust to a skull, so it makes sense why that's his weakness. Let's just use an E-Tank, because you only hold 9 of them. We're getting way too many, so I guess it doesn't hurt to use an E-Tank. And then Skull Man's weapon's a shield. Is he a skull shield? Yeah, that's a shield weapon in this game. Because they did remember to put shield weapons in this game. I think there's shield weapons pretty much every NES, or pretty much most Mega Man games in general have shield weapons. Mega Man 3, come to think of it now, is probably the only classic Mega Man games that doesn't have any kind of shield weapon. And so now we get Skull Man's shield, skull barrier. It's called a skull barrier, but it's pretty much a shield type weapon. That's all it does. It just gives you a very light, thin layer protection. But it's just a plain skull, so what do you expect? It's a plain skull with no muscle or no flesh or anything on them, so you can't expect them to be that durable or that, to survive also, or anything like that. So we're going after Dive Man. This level is also a bit like Iceman stage in Mega Man 1, because there's a big thing of water, the big pool of water, this liquid, this orange liquid, I don't even know what that is. There's spikes everywhere. There's low buoyancy in the water. Good thing we have invincibility buffer. If this is Mega Man 1, we would have been dead right there. There's these claw things. Ooh, it's the claw. The claw, yeah, it's coming after us. There's Met Tools that have scuba gear. I don't know, Met Tools living things. Why would they need scuba gear then? And it seems to have bubbles coming out. Bubbles are coming out of Mega Man too. Does Mega Man have living organisms in him? I have no idea. And there's some more like these mini boss enemies, like kind of the one we saw in Ringman stage, but it's a whale. It's a whale! I'm gonna sing you a song about a whale! No! I'm gonna sing Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy! Now, I'm not really gonna make you punish you guys for singing Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. I remember a kid in one of my college classes wanted to strangle me over Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. He brutally despises that song, and he wanted to strangle me if I mentioned it or sang it. I can imagine playing Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy while it shows Darth Vader throwing crap at Luke Skywalker on Bespin, and then the window breaks and he falls out the window. Or playing Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy while Chris Chan goes on one of his autistic rages, one of his Asperger attacks or something like that. While playing Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy, it fits that perfectly. Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy fits Mega Man perfectly. You can play a song easy while Mega Man takes out his Mega Buster and dishes out some Terminator-style justice against these robot masters and these enemies. Ooh, these enemies should be living in fear and running away because, ooh, it's Mega Man. We better run. It's Mega Man. He's gonna destroy us. It's the Mega Man. There's so many mans in gaming. There's Pac-Man, Bomberman, Mega Man, Rayman. What's up with gaming and mans? What's up with superheroes and mans? There's Iron Man, there's Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. How come God there's so many mans? That's why I try to avoid putting man in my superhero names. I prefer titles like Captain Fusion or something like that. So we just found here this alternate path. This is a wire where it's called a wire where it allows us to like cling to the top of ceilings, and we could go and we could zip up there and maybe get stuff. It's not overly useful, but it can come in handy for some things. It's not really a weapon. It's more of a gadget than a weapon. But it is pretty decent. Well, you should go and get it. Then we do have to take that alternate route. Now after you get it, this brings us back to places where we already are. We have to fight against this whale again. Yeah, taking on the whale twice in one level. And the thing stays, even though we have the wire now, it's still gonna stay there. So if we accidentally fall in that pit, we're gonna have to collect it again and re-brought it there. Remember when my practice runs of the game kept setting me through like what seemed like an infinite loop, going back and forth. It's really annoying. This level is very annoying. This probably is the most annoying level. Okay, maybe not more annoying than Brightman's level, but still pretty annoying. Oftentimes for survival, I have to get myself hit. You know, a game is pretty challenging. You have to get yourself hit in order to survive. Use an invincibility buffer in order to survive what's going to be coming out. And so now it's time to take on Dive Man. And Dive Man's weakness is, of course, Skull Man's weapon. Because what kind of logic is that? I have no idea. Why would a skull break a diver? A deep sea diver? Maybe it's a Stinky Diver from Action League Now. So we love the Stinky Diver from Action League Now. Action League Now is a very underrated Nickelodeon show. Action League Now. Where they use actual toys and they play around and get smashed up like in Small Soldiers. It's kind of like a kid's Robot Chicken almost. They make toys of Mega Man, so that Mega Man is a very toyetic character. They definitely could make toys. I never had any toys of Mega Man, but I would have loved to have something of Mega Man when I was a kid. I was a big fan of Mega Man as a kid, and I still am a pretty big fan of Mega Man now. The game that really got me interested in Mega Man was Mega Man Powered Up on the PSP, which is pretty much a remake of the original Mega Man. I'll be doing a Let's Play of that game eventually. So now it's time to take on the last robot master in the game. It's Grounder from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. No, it's not. It's Drill Man from Mega Man 4. Sonic 2 doesn't come out for at least another year. And in a year from now, there's going to be yet another Mega Man game on the NES. Mega Man 5. When Sonic 2 is coming out, Mega Man 5 is going to come out on the NES. Still on the NES. Capcom loved rocking around with the NES. We're going to be drilling into the ground. I wonder what kind of stuff they're mining here. Looks like pork or something like that. A pork mine. There's such a thing as a meat mine, a pork mine. Looks like pork. All this, yeah, this pink pork. Looks like raw pork. Pork that hasn't been cooked yet. All this raw pink pork. And there's these spikes everywhere. They look like drills because it's both Drill Man stage. Of course they're going to look like drills. The drill-themed level. And there's those spinning things spinning around. Those ladybug things spinning around. I can easily be killed with one hit of our Mega Buster. It's not even charged. We're using Turbo, but it doesn't really count as being charged. That's something we do in Mega Man's 1, 2, and 3 anyways, because those don't have the Sharpshot. Those things are annoying too. You can only shoot them when they're exposed. And expose their cannon. They give us a full health and we don't even need. Oh, let's watch. Look right here. I'm about to demonstrate how the wire works. If you put the wire, Mega Man actually has an animation of him looking up. You press the fire button and look, he's going to cling to the ceiling in there. Using the wire, we got that E-Tank up there. And there's these things again, these spinning things again, I don't even know what to call them. What's the purpose of these things anyways, other than to be enemies? What's the purpose of any of these robots anyways? Are all the enemies that Mega Man made simply to be enemies? Well, I know in Mega Man 1, the Robot Masters actually served specific purposes, but they were used against Mega Man. So it makes sense our enemies must be like that too. Maybe other enemies in these games are made for other reasons, but they're just used as enemies against Mega Man. The Skull Shield is actually really helpful. It's one of the few times that a weapon other than the Mega Buster is actually useful and helpful in a level. The Skull Shield, you really should have the Skull Shield when you go to this level, because then it makes it easy to survive getting stuff thrown on you. It's like a hard hat, pretty much. Ironic, there actually are hard hats in this game, they're called Met Tools. Really, Shield adds a light layer. Too bad the Shield can only survive one thing. It hits one thing, and then probably it's actually one of the lesser. I'm not sure how it compares to Woodman's weapon. Well, Woodman's weapon actually fired outwards, and Fireman's weapon formed a shield around you, and you would fire a shot of the fire blast or whatever it's called. So, I know Skullman might be the weakest shield type weapon, but it's still pretty decent, so shield weapons haven't been that bad so far. I don't know how it compares to Plant Man. Well, Plant Man's weapon in Mega Man 6 is probably a part of Woodman's weapon in Mega Man 2. So now we're using the weapon we got from Dive Man, the homing missiles, against Drill Man, because apparently homing missiles are used to destroy drills. I don't know what the logic behind that is either, but I guess it makes sense. We already took out half his health. I'm just sliding around. I'm not sure if this is the proper way to fight him or not, but I'm just sliding around like a maniac and just watching the ballistic missiles zip and zoom and orbit him. Most of the time they just orbit him and don't even hit him at all sometimes. I just got lucky in this fight. Like you see right there, I got lucky. He got lucky. Punches out a panel from the door. He just got lucky. And punches out another panel from the door. Okay, he got lucky. Yeah, he just got lucky. Just admit it. So now we have all the weapons in the game now because we defeated all the Robot Masters now. We get the drill bomb. Yeah, it's a drill and a bomb. This makes sense when you do mining. You probably want to have to bomb stuff as well too. You know, miners, they explode stuff. We finally got the Rush Jet. After beating all 8 Robot Masters, we finally have the Rush Jet. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.